Hello, mathematicians. I'm going to go back a little bit and talk about factoring trinomials. And I'm going to show you a shortcut or a quicker way to factor some of the trinomials. All right, so let's title this Notes Lesson 7.7 Part 2. And we're going to be factoring trinomials. We're going to be factoring quadratic trinomials. So factoring trinomials. With a leading coefficient of 1. With a leading coefficient of 1. Okay, so I hope you know what a trinomial is. Trinomial has 3 terms. You might not know what I mean by a leading coefficient of 1, so let me talk about that, okay? So let me come up with an example here. So here's an example. X squared plus 6x plus 8. This is a trinomial. It has 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. The plus signs separate it, so we could separate it by addition or subtraction. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's a trinomial. And it has a lead. It's in the right order because the highest exponent goes first, the highest exponent with the variable. And this has a leading coefficient of 1 because you could slide a 1 right in there and not change anything. 1 times x squared is still x squared. Okay, so we still want to do the AC trick. We're still going to kind of use the British method a little bit. We're going to start with it. But you might want to put it in an x. This might help you a little bit. Okay, so we need A times C. We need A times C. And in this problem, A times C is 8. Now we're looking for factors of 8. And the ones we're going to pick are the ones that add up to B. It adds up to B. And in this case, B is 6. So what are the factors of 8 that add up to 6? 1 and 8? 2 and 4. All right, so we want 2 and 4. Okay? 2 and 4. Now, with these kind of trinomials with the leading coefficient of 1, all you have to do right now is use this right here and use them in 2 separate binomials. So you're going to be done in the very next step. You're just going to go x plus 2 and x plus 4. You don't have to use the entire British method when there's a leading coefficient of 1. Okay, so that might save you some time. You're still looking for the factors of A and C, factors of 8, because that's A times C. And we want it to add up to B, which is 6. And 2 and 4 work. 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 plus 4 is 6. All right, let's try another one. Okay, so another example. Let's go with x squared minus 5x plus 6. Okay, this one has a leading coefficient of 1. It has to have a leading coefficient of 1 to take this little shortcut. Okay, so here we go. Use an x if you want. I think it might help. And A times C goes here. And B goes down here. Remember, we want it to add to B. All right, so A times C in this problem is 6. And we want it to add up to negative 5. You have to take the sign in front of the number, negative 5. All right, so what factors of 6, what multiplies to 6 that adds up to negative 5? Now, some people want to use, let's see here, negative 6 and 1. Negative 6 plus 1 will indeed add up to negative 5, but a negative times a positive does not give you a positive 6, so that won't work. You can't use those. Okay? So, try something different. All right, that doesn't work. So what are the other factors of 6? Oh, 2 times 3. Oh, if we use -2 and -3. A negative times a negative is a positive. And when you add -2 with -3, it comes up to be -5. All right, so those are the two numbers we need. And we know our answer. We know our final factored answer already. You can go right to the solution or the factored form when there's a leading coefficient of 1. So you can just go right here and go x minus 2 times the quantity x minus 3. And you're done. You don't need all those extra steps. Now, how do you know if you're right? Foil this out. First times first, outside times outside, inside times inside, last times last, and it'll get you right back where you started from. All right, I hope this is helpful. Might save you a little time. Remember, this only works when there's a leading coefficient of 1.